Governments. A new opportunity. A problem. Governments know too well. Across the world, governments sit atop vast gold resources. In most countries, subsurface mineral rights belong to the state. Governments license exploration, grant production permits, and regulate extraction. Yet until a mine reaches production, those resources generate no revenue at all. That reality matters because the overwhelming majority of gold deposits never reach production. As discussed in the previous episode, fewer than 1 in 1,000 discovered deposits ever become operating mines, and fewer than 1 in 10,000 grassroots exploration projects reach production. The result is simple and unavoidable. Enormous volumes of identified gold resources remain stranded in the ground. When gold stays stranded, governments receive no royalties, no income taxes, no export revenues, and no economic multiplier effects. Zero revenue, zero benefit. The asset remains dormant. NatGold Digital was designed to change that equation. From stranded assets to new revenue streams. Under the traditional extraction model, governments earn revenue only when gold is physically removed from the ground and sold. Royalties are paid on production, and taxes are paid on realized profits. If extraction never happens, neither does taxation. Digital mining introduces a fundamentally different outcome. When qualifying gold resources are digitally mined and tokenized, the economic value of those resources is realized without physical extraction. When mining companies later dispose of their NatGold tokens, taxable gains are created, just as they would be when physical gold is sold. The difference is that this value realization can occur even when extraction is not viable, not permitted, or not socially acceptable. For governments, this means something profound: tax revenue where none previously existed. No mine, no extraction, no environmental damage, yet real, taxable economic activity. Keeping national patrimony at home. There is another dimension governments understand well: patrimony. Under the traditional model, gold is extracted, refined, and often exported. In many regions, particularly across Latin America, Africa, and parts of Asia, gold leaves the country shortly after it is mined. The state receives a one-time royalty and taxes, but the underlying asset departs forever. With digital mining, the gold never leaves the ground. It remains in Mother Nature's vault, within national borders, as part of the country's common heritage and natural patrimony. The value is monetized, but the resource itself stays home. This distinction matters, not only economically, but politically and symbolically. Strengthening national currencies without mining. Many governments are seeking ways to stabilize or reinforce their currencies. Central banks around the world are increasing gold reserves as a hedge against monetary instability and geopolitical uncertainty. Digital mining creates a pathway for governments to participate directly, without physical extraction. Where the state already owns subsurface mineral rights, legislation can be structured so that a portion of digitally mined gold remains under state ownership in tokenized form and not sold into the market. These NatGold tokens can be held on central bank balance sheets, providing gold-backed strength without ever removing the metal from the ground. This is not speculation. It is a logical extension of how gold has historically functioned, adapted to a modern digital framework. Digital mining as public policy, not deregulation. NatGold Digital does not ask governments to dismantle existing mining laws or weaken environmental protections. Digital mining operates as an overlay to existing frameworks. Exploration laws remain intact. Technical reporting standards remain unchanged. Environmental and social protections remain enforced. What changes is the outcome. Instead of forcing every discovery down a single production or bust pathway, governments gain a second, complementary option, one aligned with modern sustainability expectations and economic realities. The role of the digital mining registry. For digital mining to function with integrity, governments play a critical structural role through establishment of a digital mining registry. This registry is a targeted legal framework designed specifically for digital mining. It establishes the conditions under which qualifying gold resources may be publicly recognized and transparently recorded, then registered, transferred, and tokenized. At its core, the registry must satisfy a few essential principles. First, third-party title transferability. Gold deposits registered for digital mining must be capable of lawful transfer to a qualified third-party tokenizer at the moment of tokenization. Without transferability, token integrity cannot exist. Second, perpetual title protection. Once a deposit is registered for digital mining, it must be permanently removed from future physical production. No extraction permits, now or later, regardless of political change. This permanence protects long-term value and market confidence. Third, zero ongoing carrying costs. Registered titles must be free of royalties, licensing fees, storage charges, or other recurring encumbrances. Digital gold cannot behave like above-ground vaulted gold, where costs continuously erode value. Aligning with environmental and social priorities. Digital mining also resolves a long-standing governance challenge. Across the world, environmental organizations, indigenous communities, and social advocacy groups have mobilized against physical gold extraction. In many countries, this opposition has led to moratoriums, bans, or indefinite permitting delays. Digital mining removes the conflict entirely. No mountains leveled, no rivers dredged, no displacement of communities. Why governments have nothing to lose? Where extraction is not viable, not permitted, or not desired, digital mining ensures that value is no longer trapped. It creates revenue where none exists today. It preserves national patrimony. It strengthens currencies. It aligns with environmental and social values. It opens exploration and employment opportunities. In a world facing fiscal pressure, environmental scrutiny, and monetary uncertainty, digital mining offers something rare in public policy: a solution where everybody wins. No matter how you look at it, it just makes sense.